Hey, it's JT,
And Mike.
hosts of Brew Crime.
And we've got some exciting news for you.
Mark your calendars for July 12th to 14th, 2024.
We're heading to the True Crime and Paranormal Podcast Festival in Denver, Colorado, and you won't want to miss it.
Are you worried about costs? Fear not. This festival is designed with you in mind, an affordable experience without sacrificing quality.
There are no inflated costs, just a weekend packed with authenticity, education, and networking.
Have you ever wished for genuine one-on-one interactions with your favorite creators? Well, now is your chance.
Save 15% off your ticket price by using the code BREWS at checkout.
You know, those things you need after listening to us for an hour? Well, at least me.
We hope to see you there and let them know.
Brew Crime sent you. Head over to truecrimepodcastfestival.com. This is Brew Crime News.
Your daily news, once monthly. Here are your hosts,
JT
and Mike.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Brew Crime News, where we deliver your daily news monthly. I am Jiggly Tickles, and I am here. It's been a while since I came up with a name, but that one right off the dome.
That's a perfect
Wow.
Christmas elf name.
Yeah.
Jiggly Tickles. You know
Jiggly
what? It
Tickles.
sounds like that elf that everybody just kind of stays away from.
The one nobody really invites to dinner.
He hangs out
Yeah.
under the steps at the parties.
Mm.
Just
Oh, I'm
I
just
don't
Mike
want to know
here.
how he gets his name.
No.
and we
And oh,
you go ahead, Mike.
And as you can hear, we have a guest with us today.
It's me, Jen from our True Crime Podcast.
Woohoo!
Woo! Thanks for
Wait,
inviting me
yes.
on, guys. Totally
you
made my
don't-
night.
Aw, well, you made our night by saying yes.
Yes, we gave you like 3-minute warning.
I'm
You were
usually
like,
good
now? And I was
Now?
like,
Sure.
would I ask you any other time? Because I won't think ahead.
to go. Would we prepare? No.
I'm
No.
still working on the levels of ADHD meds that I need. So
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Some people think I'm an alien.
I mean, would you rather have like a gasoline-powered cell phone or a battery-powered cell phone? I mean, it was like no-brainer, you know?
I don't even have a business plan. Yeah, I haven't had a business. I had a business plan way back in the 2 days. Much less than we spend on healthcare, but maybe more than we spend on lipstick. You know, something like that. And I like lipstick, so like I'm going against.
I love lipstick.
Oh no, the car exploded.
Like if you had like crack cocaine on Mars, like in prepackaged, pallets, it still wouldn't make sense to transport it back here.
All right. Well, I think everyone's heard about how Tesla's laying a ton of people off right now, and
Mhm.
the business is on fire like everything Elon Musk touches.
hmm
Tesla now spends ad money to influence shareholders to approve Elon Musk's $55 billion payday.
Nice.
Oh, it's just such douchebaggery. So Tesla has now disclosed that it is spending money to promote its shareholders' vote to approve Elon Musk's $55 billion compensation package.
Oh my
Back in
God.
2018, Tesla shareholders approved one of the biggest compensation plans of all time. In January, a judge sided with lawyers representing a Tesla shareholder, alleging that Tesla's board misrepresented the compensation package when presenting it to shareholders. It's a complicated issue, but in short, the judge found that Tesla's board and Musk didn't play by the rules of a public company when it presented the plan to shareholders. And no shit, $55 billion? Like, fuck off.
Are you saying that Tesla didn't give the full story? They-
Right?
They didn't tell you all the problems with their vehicles. Which, by the way, Mike, guess what I had the pleasure of seeing right down the road driving past me?
Oh,
One of those Tesla
cyber
trucks.
crap.
I saw a Cybertruck driving past me. And it was rusting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, of
That's-
course
I
it
was-
was.
Honestly, all I could do was laugh. All I could do was laugh.
I saw a report the other, like on, what was it again? Reddit. supposedly one of the metal panels fell off a Cybertruck and it was just plastic underneath.
Yes, I was trying. I was just trying to look that up, Mike. Yes, there's like nothing but plastic.
Plastic and rust.
Yeah.
You know what? You know how like obviously Tesla came out with those models that although flawed, they worked, right? I mean, we can admit that they work.
Yeah, they work.
I think those you know how Elon just steals things and then says they're his own. I
Mhm.
think those 3 models were like in production and like or at least somebody had thought those up. I think the truck was Elon's idea. And I think the designers were like, all right, Elon, we'll put it on the fridge. That way everybody can see it.
He
Yeah.
like built it with Legos. Like he was at his
Right.
desk with Legos and he just built it and he said, let's make this as a truck. Yeah.
I want this. Make this.
But just do a steel frame and then the
I don't
rest is
see him actually
Legos
using Lego
underneath.
though, because that needs you to have some like actual
Yeah.
design ability and some, brain power.
Plus, at this point, I'd probably drive in a Lego car over any Tesla. So,
Yeah.
yep.
Mhm. At least you won't catch on fire in a Lego car.
That's true.
Ideally not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although it'd be
That's-
probably just as dangerous if it caught on fire. Plastic.
I
Possibly. The smell of
I just
yeah.
can't believe how much money that man has.
I know. And
I
he's such a
can't
greedy
believe
piece of shit.
he has so many fanboys.
Oh yeah, just a bunch of
You know
right-wing
what I mean?
idiots.
Yeah. That just don't
know,
see past the con.
It's so funny to me how we know who he's supporting, and that's the person who talked all this shit about EV, right? Electric
Yeah.
vehicles, and he's still supporting, and I don't understand because,
Tax cuts, that's all it is.
well,
Like,
yeah,
that's
Oh
it.
yeah.
He's going to keep that 56 billion. I mean, that's what we make on the podcast. So,
Oh, of course.
so that's what I want to.
so I'd like
do.
to apply for a grant, possibly a salary. I need to get out of my current situation. So-
We'll talk after the show. We'll talk.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
That's probably all I need to read of that one. It's just, they're just being dirty and
Well,
why
Rich get
bother
richer.
why
Yeah.
bother negotiating these packages with the actual shareholders when you can do it behind their backs and lie?
right, of course.
He'd probably be a really good politician.
Yeah, well,
And
Is
by
spe-
that I mean he would play the game really well.
oh yeah, maybe,
Oh, he's
maybe.
doing it now.
Yeah, well, that's true.
We're
So,
trying to.
out of the list of failed Elon, this one is all about that new neural link that he put into somebody's head.
Oh God.
I don't.
So
think I've heard
Neuralink
about
faces
this.
problems with first implant ever installed in human brain. Imagine that. His neural technology startup Neuralink has said it has experienced a problem that was surgically implanted. In March, they implanted the technology which lets users control computer cursors with their minds into the brain of a 29-year-old Noland Arbaugh, who was paralyzed from the shoulders down in a driving accident in 2016. The N1 brain computer interface uses 64 threads that contain a combined sum of 1,024 electrodes to pick up on neural activity in the brain and translate that information into cursor movements. But there have been, quote, a number of the 64 threads that connect the implant to his brain subsequently retracted in the weeks following the surgery. So there's a reduction in the amount of information it picks up from the brain because they've moved. So it's not the speed and accuracy is not what it was initially. But I will say this, it's kind of, I mean, it scares me, but also kind of cool because this guy who couldn't do
Right.
anything post accident, he was able to browse the internet, play various computer games, including online chess, Civilization 6, Mario Kart, using only his brain.
That's pretty cool.
No, I think that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
part
think
that I
that's
find
nifty.
wild is that the same people that are really supportive of this are worried about microchips and vaccines and stuff. So it just doesn't make any sense.
Well,
Like I don't trust any company that Elon Musk runs like that because they're just going to sell all your data. But
I think, yeah, this idea for very limited population is really flippin' cool,
Mhm.
but it's not cool in Elon's hands because he doesn't make
Yeah.
anything for a good cause for a limited
Right.
population. He's making it look good, but then it's going to be mass produced and implanted. And
And it already looks like it's not working that well
I
because
see
it's
Minority
already
Report.
retracting.
Correct.
Well, and what could go wrong? I mean, seriously, it seems
Yeah.
one of
It,
those things put into the wrong hands that it could be. We
Yeah.
could have our own little robot
Well, I mean,
army.
you can already hack integrated cars and drive them off the road. What could happen if someone hacked that Neuralink? We don't
Right.
know.
You
Correct.
have the Perfect Soldier, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I watch too
Yeah.
many science fiction movies,
No,
but
So do
still,
I.
you
It's the
know,
first step, isn't it?
uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
well, I mean, luckily, well, not luckily, poor guy who's going through all that, but the electrodes, they retracted, they pulled back, just like Elon's dick in a pool. So,
thanks for that.
sorry.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
There's not much to retract, but
Yeah. Oh.
all right. Well,
Yeah,
right.
it killed me that he actually said somebody asked him to. I forgot how it went, but he has enough money to solve the world hunger
Yes.
problem, and he
He-
actually said,
he-
"Yeah, I could do that," but instead he bought Twitter.
And then didn't use his own money.
he's the one who estimated how much it would cost.
Right,
He has
right,
way more.
right.
And he was like,
Yeah.
meh.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah.
No. And then he, like for Twitter, he just used all Saudi's money and stuff.
Mhm. Pretty much. What
Yeah.
could go
I mean,
wrong there?
Hopefully he's beholden to them because that's a dangerous game to play.
Yeah, it is. Health Canada eases barriers for sperm and egg donors. So new regulations announced for gay and bisexual men donating to sperm banks. Updated screening rules for sperm and egg donors came into force on Wednesday that expanded donations to sperm banks from more gay and bisexual men. So, quote, as a continuation of changes made to screening criteria for blood donations, Health Canada renewed the donor screening criteria for sperm and ova donors and determined that the available scientific and technical information supported adopting a more inclusive screening approach while not increasing the risk, Health Canada said in response to questions from CBC News. The regulators' more inclusive approach replaces screening questions about men who have sex with men in previous 3 months with gender-neutral questions about sexual behavior with a new partner or multiple partners over the same time period. Health Minister Mark Holland said the updated policy follows the latest evidence and ensures a stable supply to allow Canadians to grow their families.
I find it's 2024 and it took people this long to figure out that men can get STDs from women and vice versa.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Like,
And people of all sexual preferences live either safer sexual lives or less safe sexual lives. And you know what? It doesn't matter. They're gay, straight, whatever.
the only very safe people you're going to find are the asexual people. Like,
The eunuchs.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, hopefully they widened the net, but they didn't make it deeper to reach the bottom barrel, because really I think we don't need certain people donating things.
Yeah.
Like the US should have an IQ test before you do that.
Well, I
You
mean, the way
think.
laws are changing, you might not need to donate sperm anymore because it's not going to be legal to do in vitro and stuff.
Well, and yeah, like I don't know what the requirements here are to donate, but I would imagine that folks that are LGBTQIA plus are not allowed to donate. They were just
not.
now allowed to donate blood recently, I think.
That's more
Um,
recent in Canada too. Yeah.
But the whole gay people make gay babies, that is still very prevalent here.
Yeah.
which obviously has been proven inaccurate. So
Especially because, people that are actually having kids are usually, quote unquote straight couples, and there's gay babies. So
Right.
proven wrong.
right, and there's plenty of blah.
Yeah. It's all just stupid.
It's just homophobia is what it
Yeah.
comes
Yes.
down to.
So
And
it
I'm
says
all
sure
here
of
religion plays a part in there somewhere.
yeah, wasn't there supposed to be a separation of church and state? But
What? Huh? What?
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a separation, but church
I've heard that.
keeps stalking state, and so we've
Yeah.
gotten kind of a restraining order, but only some of us have gotten it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And nobody ever. That's a very long analogy for no payoff. So
yeah, exactly.
here we are.
So it says the sperm bank criteria now includes being between the ages of 19 and 40. There's a general health questionnaire about major medical issues, including a physical exam, a semen analysis, and then questions about sexual relationships and partaking in IV drug use to protect recipients and minimize the risk of sexually transmitted infections. And then once sperm is donated, it is frozen and sequestered for 6 months. Then the potential sperm donors answer the same questions they were asked initially, and blood and urine tests are repeated before sperm can be released to recipient. So that actually does a lot to protect a lot of people because, if you get an STI, it can take time to actually even show up in tests, right?
I just love the concept of sequestering semen. Like they're in a trial, and we're gonna put them in a Holiday Inn Express down the road, and they can't talk or see anybody. They just
And the
have
air
to be by
conditioning
themselves.
works amazing there. Go ahead, JT.
Whose job is it to separate him? That's what I want to know. Not I'm not that desperate. All right. So, as a college student, Danielle Kepke started experiencing irritable bowel syndrome symptoms, which sucks. That's terrible. Indigestion,
Yeah.
stabbing pains, and severe constipation. When nothing seemed to help after 5 years of doctor's visits, Kepke decided to try an experimental treatment called a fecal microbiota transplant.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I've heard of those.
Oh boy, I know they're a real thing in real hospitals and doctors
Yeah.
do this, but so I'll explain if you don't know. It's a healthy donor's feces is introduced into a patient's gut to repopulate it with good microbes. She used her brother and her boyfriend as donors, and she gave herself these things. Yeah, so can you? I can't.
How do you ask?
Right. That was yes. Thank you.
Can you poop in this
how
bag
does that
for me?
come up? How does that come up in conversation? Like,
Does she just follow him around with a bag like you do with a dog trying to catch
Yeah.
a sample?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like
the
go to your
really
brother, it's like,
dangerous.
I know you said you'd give me a kidney, but yeah,
well,
Do you give a crap?
yeah.
right.
The really scary part though is like urine is clean, like there's no contaminants, but when you're talking about feces, like that's where all of the bad stuff lives, like
Right.
hepatitis, all kinds of stuff. Like it's super
So-
dangerous to play with it if you're not doing it in a medical facility with medical testing, and it's
Right.
still not perfect.
So FMTs are only approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for C. diff bacterial infections. I'd be interested to see if any other country could possibly approve of this. Scientists are looking into them as a potential treatment for many conditions, including depression.
Ah,
I
Well, I mean, I
pass.
give a shit about people's depression, but I don't know if I give it that way.
Yeah.
Mike.
Like, is it going to be one of those things that you're going to have an at-home kit one of these days?
This is what we're gonna, Mike. This is why I'm meeting you in Denver. It's literally for your poop.
Mm.
Oh God,
She
that's getting
said
really
so,
drunk for that.
or I just have to be very sneaky. So her symptoms actually got better, but she also started all of a sudden experiencing acne like her brother, and later she started getting depression like her boyfriend.
That's
Wow.
interesting.
Apparently, there was a similar experience documented in the 2023 documentary Designer Shit. A man in his mid 30s, right, with Crohn's disease, did a DIY poop transplant using his mom as a donor for years. They appeared to ease his gut symptoms, but he experienced menopause symptoms such as sweating, hot flashes, mood swings, similar to his mom.
Uh,
Um,
Wow. So not only are viruses and stuff live in your poop, but that's there too.
yeah.
Well, they say like sometimes you have that cellular memory. Like if you do get a kidney from somebody else or something, you can have memories, I
I-
guess, of the.
I think
I don't know how that works, but
Wow.
I 100% I empathize, with her in terms of she felt like there were no other options. Either nobody
Yeah.
was listening or they weren't doing the right stuff or they were dragging her along for the money. But nobody had answers and she was just like,
I'd do
Well,
it myself. Yeah.
I need to
know?
get a poop transplant from a skinny person then.
Yeah. I tell you that whole not listening to women thing, doctors, it's true. Women have the hardest time going to a doctor and them not believing your symptoms
Yeah.
or just brushing
And
them off or
My
saying
doctor
it's not
doesn't
as
believe
bad as you say.
anyone, I don't think. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
I
just
hate my
to
doctor.
just to fully expand upon just like how she got the stuff that she did. So this is disgusting. She initially made fecal transplant pills from her brother's donated poop. Pills.
Mhm.
I really
She
hope those were
slowly,
suppositories.
I don't know how I thought this happened, but I didn't think it involved swallowing it.
Oh no, no.
She slowly started to gain weight despite not changing her diet and was able to go to the bathroom naturally for the first time in 3 years. Holy shit. Um, uh, uh, however, she developed the acne. He had a history of hormonal acne. It's possible that the bacteria in stool can influence inflammation in the recipient's body by affecting their metabolism and activating their immune response. This would cause shifts in their hormonal activity, which could promote the bacteria that can cause acne. Kepke decided to switch donors for a few months, used her boyfriend's poop for the fecal transplants, who had no physical health problems but did experience depression. After she made the switch, her acne went away, but this time she experienced depression symptoms. So when she once again switched back to her brother's poop transplants, the depression went away within a week. A fella named Gilbert, I'm sure up above in this article it says check the references in the notes.
Yeah.
He says that according to his research, people with depression are missing certain bacteria from their gut. She may have had the antidepressant bacteria in her gut, but when she swapped her microbiome with his, the antidepressant bacteria got wiped out.
Interesting.
Wow.
I am not swallowing poop pills for anybody.
No,
I know
it's
somebody
one
who
thing if
made
it's,
their own pills out of placenta. Like when she had the baby, she took the placenta and
Satan!
yeah.
I don't know about that. No,
No,
I was on the
I wouldn't do
documentary
it with
side.
either. Yeah.
I was on the documentary side of the second kiddo, and nope,
Mm-mm.
not a thing. I can be an adult, but nope.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
There's no
Just-
reason to do that. So
Just let me go.
yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So, well, I have one real quick that's kind
Yeah,
of on
please.
this live because I read this earlier and I thought this was interesting. Hospitalized women are less likely to die or be readmitted to the hospital if they are treated by female doctors. A study published Monday on the Annals
Yeah.
of Internal Medicine found. In the study of people aged 65 and older, 8.15% women treated by female physicians died within 30 days compared to 8.38 of women treated by male physicians. Although the difference between the two groups seems small, the researchers say erasing the gap could save 5,000 women's lives each year. The study
Good
included
God.
nearly 800,000 male and female patients hospitalized from 2016 through 2019. All patients were covered by Medicare. For male hospitalized patients, the gender of the doctor didn't appear to have any effect on risk of death or hospital readmissions. The data alone doesn't explain why women fare better when treated with other women, but other studies suggest that women are less likely to experience, quote, miscommunication, misunderstanding, and bias when treated by female doctors.
And every wife said, "Thank you."
Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would be surprised. Like in my early 20s, I had a pap smear go bad. It showed that I had cancerous cells on my cervix.
Jesus Christ.
So I had to get a biopsy, right? No problem. I go in there. There's no painkiller. He goes in with really long tweezers and just rips out chunks of my cervix. And he said, "Oh, it's not going to be it's going to feel like a little toddler pinches you." I have a high tolerance for pain. I almost passed out because the pain was so bad. I cried. I laid on that table and I cried, and he like kind of made fun of me. Oh, it didn't hurt that bad. It didn't. And
son of a bitch, yeah.
seriously, but if men even had to, anything down there, if you just got a little sonar or whatever, sonogram on your junk, your testicles, you guys would probably get some kind of anesthetic.
Of course. Well, I remember when my sister was young and she cut her finger open and had to go for stitches. And the doctor was telling her that the shot wasn't going to hurt. And my mom turned to my sister and, "If it hurts, you can punch him."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Why would you say that?" He said, "Don't lie to her."
Yeah, exactly. No, but this guy is like, that doesn't hurt. There's no cell or there's no nerve endings or like hell there wasn't. Yeah, it hurts.
That makes absolutely no sense. Who is this guy?
Oh, he was like one of the leading gynecologist in the St. Louis area at the time.
Well,
Jesus,
St. Louis, we need to talk.
St. Louis, seriously. And it was unreal.
You
could go to any doctor. You could talk to any woman that have that, and that's common practice. They don't use that.
Jesus.
They don't use
I'm not
any
going to read this
anesthetic.
article, but it just sparked my memory. There was a thing that was a study done in Ontario, and Ontario hospitals with more than 35% female surgeons and anesthesiologists had a better patient outcome, including fewer deaths in following 3 months after their surgery, according to his new study in Wednesday's British Journal of Surgery. So it's not just that; it's something they're finding in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
Probably because more women listen to their patients.
Maybe this is part of the problem. Is medical students get limited training in women's health issues. Dr. Ronald Wyatt, who is Black, said his 27-year-old daughter recently had trouble getting an accurate diagnosis for her shortness of breath. An emergency room physician told her that her problem was probably caused by asthma. It took 2 more trips to the emergency room for his daughter to learn that she actually had a blood clot in her lung.
Damn.
There's a tendency for doctors to harbor sexist stereotypes about women regardless of age, such as the notion that women's symptoms are more emotional or their pain is less severe or more psychological in origin.
More men get in like really serious fights. So who's the emotional one?
Yeah, we're too emotional. It's our hormones.
Yeah. And I mean, scanning this one, this article literally states that hospitals that reached that 35% critical mass of women saw 3% reduction in patients' post-operative major complications, including death and admission to intensive care after 90 days. And that was for cardiac, orthopedic, and gastrointestinal surgeries. So not even women's health issues. It's just in general.
Mm-hmm.
So I think both of these studies are showing that more women.
If you're a doctor who thinks that women's stuff is emotional, fucking retire. And make sure you don't get a severance package.
Yeah.
Well, then you've got the Kansas City Chiefs kicker that just gave the speech about how his wife is more fulfilled now that she's a stay-at-home wife and mother then
She's more
yeah.
fulfilled because you're rich as fuck, probably. And she doesn't have to work. Whatever.
He's always been wealthy. His mother is like some head physicist for cancer research somewhere or
Oh, and
something
he's
like
an
that.
anti-science person. That's fun.
No, I don't know if he's anti-science, but
Oh, he's like anti the women's rights and everything. It sounds like so.
he's a huge, yeah,
Douchebag. Yeah.
yeah.
Women are paying big money to scream, smash sticks in the woods. It's called a rage ritual.
That sounds fun. I'm in.
Do you
It
blame
does
us?
No.
We're misdiagnosed.
Kimberly Helmus still gets chills thinking about her first rage ritual. 2.5 years ago, after her divorce, the cybersecurity engineer embarked on a retreat to Scotland with Mia Banducci, an author and self-described, quote, spiritual fairy godmother, better known online as Mia Magic. As part of the ritual, Banducci held a rage ritual, a ceremony in which participants scream and beat large sticks on the ground in the woods. Participants are encouraged to think of people and experiences that have wronged them, and I'd run out of sticks, and to scream and swing the sticks for at least 20 minutes, or until they can no longer move their arms. These rituals have garnered attention on TikTok, where they've resonated particularly with women. In comments, women describe how moving it is to see other women embody their anger, an emotion experts say society often discourages women from expressing. So I'll explain the rage ritual really fast here. Banducci has led rage rituals for several years and began doing them first for herself, then for friends, and eventually as part of her days-long retreats, which include other activities and can range in price from $2,000 to $4,000. Her one-day version, she says, costs $222 a ticket. So first, they gather large sticks, conjuring into mind every person who's ever crossed you, who's ever hurt you, who's ever ignored your boundaries or taken advantage of you or abused you in any way. Then some warm-up breaths, then screaming and swinging.
For the people that can't see this video, obviously, they're all banging sticks. Looks like fun.
And screaming.
I could use that.
I mean, I'm all about it. I think that you know what? I mean, I wish it wasn't as expensive. But we're always talking about how like real men don't cry.
Mm-hmm.
And it also seems like it's like real women don't show emotion or anger. And I think that's ridiculous, first of all. But second of all, this is a great way to do it.
It's stress relief. I couldn't
Hell yeah.
imagine like you're holding it in at the office where men are telling you to smile and
Yeah.
and then you get to go out in the woods or wherever and just scream your head off and
Make like
I mean,
Elsa
I know
and let
when
it go.
when I'm extremely angry, the first thing I'd want to do is go to a punching bag or something just to get that aggression out. So slamming that stick on the ground would be a great way to get that aggression out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And
it's
that's
like
sometimes
they
the
have
only
those
way.
rooms where you can go break china and
I
Yes.
so want to do
So,
that. That looks like
I do too. There's
so
one right
much
down the
fun.
street from me. I need
We
to go do
have
that.
one. Yeah. It
Yeah.
looks like fun.
Yeah.
One of my
but-
co-hosts on my other show, Pacific Beer Chat, did that once, and he had video. His wife took the video, and it looked great.
I totally agree with that. I'd go do
Yeah.
it. I'll go do it in my backyard.
Just the cleanup part sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, is that
All
it,
right, sir.
JT?
Yeah,
All right.
that's it
Well,
for that one.
This story here just happened on the 12th of May, so just a couple days, or yeah, 12th of May. So first I saw on Facebook Matthew Stockton, the co-host of Dark Poutine podcast, who lives just across from the Olympic Village. I saw him post a thing on Facebook about, did you hear that loud bang? And I was like, no. And then I found this story. A woman discovered the grenade while digging in a small garden near Hinge Park, according to police. Vancouver police had to deploy its explosive team after a woman dug up a grenade in a city park on Sunday morning.
A- mm.
A woman was digging in a small garden by Hinge Park, located near the seawall in Olympic Village, when she unearthed an old grenade, according to a Sunday statement from the Vancouver Police Department. Explosive technicians analyzed the grenade, which police say appeared active, and safely detonated it using a small explosive charge. And the park, which includes a playground and an off-leash dog park, was taped off for much of Sunday morning. Around a dozen VPD officers and park rangers could be seen. And then a CBC news reporter in the area described hearing a loud bang shortly before 12:30 p.m., with police telling another reporter that there was a suspicious package in the park. You don't just expect to find a grenade in Canada. Like, I can see it in the States because you guys are crazy with your weapons, and I can see it in countries where there's been wars, but city
Just
of
to find
Vancouver,
one out in the
crazy.
yeah. Insane. That's scary.
So yeah, the investigation's still ongoing to figure out where the hell it came from. So yeah, very random. I know
Well,
exactly where that
well-
park is too.
Well, here's something that's random. It's
Mhm.
Oh, sweet.
beauty. You want to make your face all lovely and your
Oh,
supple
no.
skin.
I
Any
think
chance
I know
you-
what you're gonna
years
do.
years ago, not year, like a couple years ago, the big trend was called slugging. And you have like a lot of women have routines that they do their face. They just don't wash their face and call it a day, right? You wash your face and then you double wash it sometimes with different products, and then you layer on serums. You have your hyaluronic acid, you have your vitamin C, you have like all your other stuff. Well, to keep that all in your face, they had something called slugging, which you would take like your petroleum jelly, your Vaseline, your CeraVe healing ointment, and you would rub it on your face, and it would keep all the moisture and everything in your face and all your stuff in, right?
Yeah.
And they called it slugging because it looks like a slug. It crawled all over your face because it was, just shiny.
Yeah.
Well, now the trend, I mean, some people still do slugging, but now it's called face basting.
Oh no. Oh no.
Instead of petroleum jelly, they're using diaper cream, like butt paste. And it's supposed to help with inflammation because it's the zinc. Skin basting refers to applying a zinc-based cream on your face overnight to improve hydration and gain additional benefits from the anti-inflammatory properties of zinc, says a board-certified dermatologist in New York. So yeah, it's the goal is
I'm
to increase
happy-
the effectiveness of the skincare product layered underneath. And sometimes women use like retinol and stuff on their face, and it helps it can dry out your skin really badly. And actually, I did it once, and now I have a kind of like a red scar on my face.
Oh, jeez.
Because it like burned my skin too badly.
Yeah.
And it's been 2 years, and I still have it on my face.
Holy shit.
I just used too high of a dose of it. I should have started smaller, but not me. I had to go for the big ones. But it dries out your skin. So yeah. So butt paste is what they say is the best to get.
Horse paste for COVID, butt paste for your face.
Uh-huh.
I'm just glad that I just have to use soap and water.
Yeah. Well,
my
most
God.
people can. But women, after we get misdiagnosed at the doctor, we have to look younger. So
Well, just because the world is so misogynistic too, you have to look younger.
oh, say it ain't so, Mike. Really?
Right? Yeah.
No
All right.
way.
Jen,
Uh,
left or right? Sorry, do this. Evens or odds?
That's a smart
Odds.
way to do it.
Odds? All right.
Oh, can you send me that link too, Jen?
yeah, I'll send you both of them.
Perfect.
When
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
so, I think it's really cool that our technology is able to connect us. I mean, that's how we all got connected.
Mhm.
Eh, However, sometimes some people can't have nice things. Um, there was a portal that was established in Dublin and New York. You've heard
I
about
heard
this,
about
Mike?
this.
I
Yeah.
saw it.
Yes. So you can see people on the other side, and it literally looks like you could walk through it, right? Like a Stargate. So
Yep.
somebody grabs Saddam Hussein's Stargate, and this is what happens. So, but some people cannot have nice things. And I will start this with a direct quote from this some people. Quote, I thought the people of Dublin deserved to see my 2 New York homegrown potatoes. She is not talking about the,
Soiled potatoes.
Yeah.
thank you, the tuber, isn't it? It's a tuber.
Yeah, I think so.
A 24/7 live stream between Dublin and New York temporarily switched off after videos went viral showing flashing, swearing, and people showing images of the Twin Towers burning on 9/11.
Oh my God, that's going pretty hard. Wow.
But OnlyFans model, because of course,
Yes.
Ava Louise posted a video of herself. Mike, don't look it up on the third screen. Posted a video of herself lifting. Posted a video of herself lifting up her top and showing her homegrown potatoes to the portal with her naked back facing the New York City crowd. I thought
What was her name again?
Ava Louise.
Okay, yeah, that's her. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was
The
this a
stream.
New York? Was this a Dubliner or was it a New
No.
Yorker?
It's a New Yorker.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, yeah.
Now, the people showing images of Twin Towers burning, I couldn't imagine that that's New York. I don't see the point.
No,
Why?
no, it wouldn't
What are
be.
you? Are you? Nobody's going after Dublin. But the stream appeared to shut down after she was caught flashing Dublin. In another video, a man held up his phone to the screen, showing a video of the World Trade Center towers burning and billowing with black smoke. Another video showed a woman being dragged away from the portal by police after grinding against the screen. Quote, basically, she was there for about 20 minutes, very drunk, and was slapping and grinding against the portal before guards stepped in. Dublin City Council says it's working on, quote, technical solutions to address the inappropriate behavior. They set up
USA.
Yeah, right. Oh, okay. So they set up the portal because the Lord Mayor of Dublin said, oh, we share a deep historical and cultural bond. I don't know about that, but okay. And then from July, the Dublin portal will also connect to other global city destinations in Poland, Brazil, and Lithuania. You just try to show your homegrown Irish potatoes to Lithuania. It's not gonna go well. But also, you're put, huh?
I sent an article with the that Eva whatever on the Facebook chat we are in.
Oh yeah. Well, here's my
Emily will
thing.
like
Like
that.
you have a problem with potatoes going through the portal, but you're gonna go ahead and put that in Brazil?
Yeah, right. Well, at the same time, Brazil is very sexually open. They're just closed off about other things.
Right, but I mean, like, if your problem is there this inappropriate behavior, what do you think is gonna happen there?
Right?
Anyways, yeah,
Someone will get
it's-
murdered on the fucking thing. In Brazil.
Jesus. God. Anyway, so that's OnlyFans. I mean, you picked odd. My even one was about things called vampire facials. I don't know if you want me to go into this, but
Is that
Well,
blood? Yeah.
I got
turn.
one here. We can go back to
Mhm.
that. So, I don't know about you, but I'm not a big fan of Mark Zuckerberg.
The robot.
Yes, right. Facebook has lost $1 billion every month since VR since June 2022. And Meta has lost over 45 billion on virtual reality and the metaverse since 2020.
Let it
That
go.
makes me
Zuck,
feel
let it
great.
go.
Facebook's
Somebody's
parent company. Oh,
suing
go ahead.
Zuck. Sorry.
Oh, I'm
Go ahead.
sure he deserves it. Facebook's parent company Meta made a lot of money in its last financial quarter. However, its virtual reality and augmented reality division, Reality Labs, lost over 3 billion. That means that since June 2022, the metaverse focused division has lost $1 billion per month, and Meta expects to continue losing billions on VR.
Do you think that he looked at the number that was literally as wide as the piece of computer paper that it was printed on and said, well, you got to lose a little to make a lot?
You got to lose a lot to make nothing, right? Since 2020, when Meta started reporting its Reality Labs losses separately, the division has never been profitable. With only one exception, every quarter since 2020 has seen Reality Labs cost Meta $2 billion or $2 million or $2 billion. In fact, since June 2022, Meta lost about $1 billion every month developing, marketing, and selling VR and AR products. Add it all up, and Meta has lost over $45 billion trying to make VR a thing. So that just kind of warms my heart that this guy who thinks he's a great business guy is an idiot.
Yep.
They're all idiots.
Yes, they are.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House! There you go. Why don't we just ask Osama Obama, what is since he won by such a big amount.
Well, either one or both of you have heard the name or the recent news associated with the name of George Santos.
Yep.
Jen, do you know where I'm going?
Uh-huh. I think so.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So George Santos is well known for his lies, his deceit, his fraud,
His drag.
and his refusal to admit certain things, like the drag persona that he used to have that he continuously denied. Well, George Santos is obviously now out of a job, and he just didn't make it to bid as an independent for whatever race he was running in New York because he decided to rerun as an independent. He announced that he's pulling out his makeup and clothes to revive his drag queen persona, Kitara Ravash, which he once denied was him, to make money months after being kicked out of the House of Reps. On Monday, he posted a message on Twitter announcing his decision to become Kitara again. Santos wrote, "Y'all weren't ready for this drop. I decided to bring Kitara out of the closet after 18 years, a limited time, and with 20% of the proceeds going to 2 charities. Wait. Now you can laugh. No,
Is he the 2 charities?
So that's the thing, right? Here, this is what I want to do. I would like to play you at least 2 of these. You know how, like, on Cameo, they give you, like, the examples?
Mhm.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, howdy. Oh, boy, howdy.
Well, he was in charge of some dog charity, wasn't he?
Yeah, but it was all fraud.
Before-
It never went to him.
He's
All
not-
right, here we go.
Hey, you messy bitches. So, Kitara is coming out of the closet after 18 years. Thanks to all of you. So, get ready because it's going to be very limited and it's going to be for a great cause.
His
so,
eyebrows
if you
are on
want to
point.
get yourself a Kitara
Are they, though?
Ravashi cameo, it is going to be super limited to a couple of days with the intent to raise money to support Tunnel to Towers Foundation. So, get ordering because it's going to be fun. Bye.
They're Botox brows.
They are Botox brows. What it looks
Uh-huh.
like is it looks like he had already glued down his brows, starting to put on his face.
Mm-hmm. No, those
And-
are Botox. See how they're pointy up like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, and those are fake teeth, too. There's no way those are
Oh,
his
God,
teeth.
yeah.
They're chiclets.
They look like, remember the Friends episode where Ross bleached his teeth and they glowed in the dark? Uh-huh.
All right. Well, that's not enough. I have to show you Kitara because that's on here, too. And it's
Hi, Allie. It's Kitara. Yes, I know. You're gagging. You're getting an exclusive Kitara cameo for your birthday, bitch. Yes, I know.
Is he
It's all about
shirtless?
you today.
I'm sorry, is
she
42.
shirtless?
Let me ask, okay? Have you been naughty? Because if you've been naughty, 42 is when, anyway.
First off,
Jesus.
Jeez.
he's 36 years old. He has no idea about 42. He's also really bad at improvising. He has
Yeah.
notes on the screen in front of him. And because that's how it works for Cameo. You get the notes from the people, you see it on the phone as you record, boom, upload. I love RuPaul's Drag Race, and I love all forms of drag, and I would never begrudge somebody their art. This is not that.
She's a very sad drag queen. Like she higher hair, like another.
Yeah,
that's
it's just not fabulous at all. That's not fabulous.
No, and it just sounds like George.
Hey, Renee. I just wanted to stop by. Yes, I know you're gagged.
No, nobody's gagging. We're
She's
gagging on your
hard.
lies.
She's trying too hard. Like she's not flamboyant enough for drag. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is,
who am I to judge?
We've seen her just in all the time that he's been in the House of Reps. Nothing's the same, or nothing's different.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
except he's not wearing the AR-57 or AR-15 pin on his lapel.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it's underneath all that fluff.
No, he's not wearing a shirt, so he must have had. And he's not one to slam a pin into his skin. So this is odd. And this is who you elected. Let's go there. This is who you elected, and prevented and tried to get him to stay. So just really quick, I'm looking for. Apparently,
if he would have been such a dick. You know what I mean? It's not. He's
an. There's also an OnlyFans coming. It sounds like I saw on the thing you were scrolling around.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, at least what he's doing is honest now. Maybe
yeah,
on
100%.
What that 20% is donated to, but
yeah, I mean,
it's more honest than he was.
He's on the straight and narrow. I mean, I don't want him back in Congress.
No,
or Senate. What was he?
Who knows?
He was in Congress. He was House of Reps. But like, I mean, this is. I'm sorry. Like, I understand the. Ooh, I paid for this. Ha ha ha. But it's like $300. So it's not like it's $20.
Right.
You know. So after
if it was $20,
while,
you'd both be getting one. I'd send you both.
No joke should be. I'll do them for flipping free because I'm a attention whore.
Right.
But like, no joke should be that expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
And he should never be able to ever, like, his mom should now handle his money.
Yeah.
You know,
Wait,
like,
she died at the World Trade Center 9/11.
Oh yeah, that's right. And he's Jew-ish.
Ish.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh man, dude.
Liar, pants on fire.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I know most politicians lie, but come on.
One final message to you, George. Sashay away.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get RuPaul on here for a second?
I love RuPaul.
Yes.
All right.
Ridiculous.
Well, the Canadian Security Intelligence Service, or CSIS, warns that Chinese-backed interference isn't going anywhere in latest report. And CSIS is kind of like, it's not the same, but it's kind of like Canada's CIA, but not really. As the dust settles on the landmark findings of foreign interference inquiry, Canada's intelligence agency is warning that China likely will back more meddling campaigns and expand its online pressure tactics over the coming year. In its latest annual report released Tuesday, the Canadian Security Intelligence Service says that the People's Republic of China remains an enduring threat to Canadian technology, democracy, and diaspora communities. The PRC's negative perceptions of select Canadian domestic and foreign policy initiatives may also drive more foreign interference, disinformation efforts, and cyber activity in 2024.
So
And then
they're coming after you too.
Yeah, and the unclassified report also warns of a shift in how China runs cyber campaigns. So last year, the Five Eyes intelligence sharing network disclosed details of Bolt Typhoon, a Chinese government-linked hacking campaign, after analysts at Microsoft found it had targeted everything from U.S. telecommunication networks to transportation hubs. This quote, "This is the first public indication of the PRC targeting infrastructure of this scale. Disruptions in these sectors would impede military operations to have major impacts on civilian populations as well." Yeah, last month, FBI Director Christopher Wray said China is developing the ability to physically wreak havoc on U.S. critical infrastructure, and its hackers are waiting for just the right moment to deal a devastating blow.
Oh, Mike? Do you hear?
Yeah.
Do you hear that in the distance? It
think I hear a
sounds like
typhoon.
Vladimir Putin having an orgasm. It goes like this. Yes, that's it. That's all it is.
So it also says, casting ahead to the rest of 2024, the CSIS report suggests violent rhetoric and criminal activity targeting the 2SLGBTQIA community, Jewish and Muslim communities, public officials, and democratic institutions in Canada will continue.
If I was a foreign country targeting another country, I would target the people who were a threat to me.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, LGBTQIA plus are a threat to your cultural, some of your cultural beliefs or leanings. Not everybody. I don't want to, let me not paint a broad stroke, but like go after the stuff that would impact you. Nobody, they are not, I promise, they couldn't give two shits. And maybe that's your problem. I don't know, but move on.
Yes, move on is right.
Very Putin of them. I just love how we have all the advanced technology and it took us fucking how long to figure this out? Like,
yeah, when it comes to all kinds of spy shit, China's good at it.
they just need a contract anonymous. Literally.
Yeah.
Contract anonymous. I don't care. You don't have to tell them anything. Just tell them what to do.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, that's probably enough of that one. But yeah, great. Just another fucking thing to worry about.
I have one.
Perfect.
If I may.
Yes,
Toys on
absolutely,
yours.
you may.
The U.S. Capitol Police Wednesday, May 15th, which is today, announced that a small bag of the cocaine had been found in a heavily trafficked hallway of its headquarters. In a press release Wednesday, the agency announced that around 1 p.m., a roughly 1-inch by 1-inch bag filled with a white powdery substance was found in the middle of the floor in the U.S. Capitol, at the U.S. Capitol Police headquarters in Washington, D.C. The USCP said that the substance field tested positive for the cocaine.
You don't say.
Cocaine was found on the second floor of the headquarters in an area that is used for storing furniture and other supplies. They said that the hallway area was frequented by various contractors and employees, and it's also near the prisoner processing crime scene, intel, and reports processing offices. An officer found the bag in the middle of the floor and immediately reported it to his supervisor.
When asked if it was his, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson said, "Have you seen some of the shit that was on my son's phone?"
This is 10 months after the cocaine was found in the White House.
Wow. I bet they had a safe supply.
Gotta love our 150-year-old, politicians are living it up.
I mean, they probably need that cocaine just so they don't
With
stroke
booger
out.
sugar, yeah.
How else are they going to get the kids in for the adrenochrome?
I know, exactly. Party animals.
Yep.
Party animals.
They get to use all the fun drugs and everything.
Well, this comes along with that Madison Crawford, or what was his name? Madison
Cawthorn.
Hawthorne, yes. Sorry. I wanted to forget his name. But remember how he said how they always had orgies and all this kind of stuff? It kind of makes you wonder.
I mean,
I mean, looking at everybody, and I'd stay clear of that, but
I don't.
know.
I mean, this is a real thing that happened. So why is there no Cocaine Gate? Why do we just have
Exactly.
Pizzagate?
Right.
Cocaine Gate sounds like a lot more fun and something that ends a lot quicker.
Let's get you. Yeah. You soar, right?
You-
It gives you wings. Just.
Ah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Cocaine gives you wings.
Exactly.
This
Oh,
podcast not
my.
sponsored by Red.
Yes. Or cocaine.
Thank you for clarifying. Yes.
We're podcasters. We can't afford cocaine.
That's,
No shit, right?
we can't afford regular prescribed medications either. So
I'm sorry, JT. I live in Canada.
you know what? Remember, I'm going to collect your poop later. And now that we've come full circle,
And I mean,
we should call this.
we still pay for prescriptions, except me and my wife's medical or our coverage from work cover it, but it's extremely cheap compared to the US. So
Yeah, my monthly supply of ADHD meds was $45.
that's actually cheaper than I would expect.
You don't
Correct.
even want to know what my psoriasis medicine costs.
That's with insurance.
Oh,
So
yeah,
without
yeah.
it was about $450.
Oh, okay, there you go. Because like without most of the drugs that like my wife needs or whatever would be like $40. With it, $0. So
Jen, what were you saying?
I said you don't even want to know what my psoriasis medicine costs
no, I believe it.
because it's not covered with insurance, but it helps.
Fuck off.
Well, yeah, and my son's growth hormone per little disposable shot that
Hmm.
lasts like a month is like $4,000 a pop.
Yeah, that's how much this is. Yeah.
Jesus
It
Christ.
used to be monthly, but there's a new drug that got developed that's actually better. It's called Skyrizi. And doesn't that sound like a rapper name?
Yes,
Skyrizi.
sounds like somebody your daughter should go see.
Exactly.
Rather-
Skyrizi. And
Yeah.
take it every 12 weeks. So that helps.
Jeez,
but yeah. Well, I need to go put my butt cream on.
Oh yeah, you go do
On your
that.
face.
Supple face.
I'm gonna go swallow my wife's feces.
Yep. There you
I
go.
am- pill.
Okay.
Mike, what are you planning on doing tonight?
Gonna have some more alcohol.
You know what? That sounds almost as good as what I just said.
Rhubarb gin and Diet Coke. It's really fucking good.
That's what you were talking about earlier, weren't you? In another thread?
Oh yeah, I forgot which podcaster was saying that they got a little too drunk on rhubarb gin. I
Fern.
said, "Oh, it's very good." Yeah, that's it.
That was Fern.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's wonderful. But in Diet Coke, it's surprisingly amazing. Yes.
You know, I've never eaten or tasted rhubarb ever.
I don't think I have
I
either.
love rhubarb.
Mm-mm.
But you know, those
Never.
people who do are like vegetarians. They're gonna let you know about it.
Mhm.
Oh, it's rhubarb cobbler is the best. I
Oh,
have 2 rhubarb plants outside. I'm trying to get one of them to produce well enough.
somehow
never had it.
rhubarb pie sounds like ivermectin solution. It just doesn't go. I don't
You know what you're talking about because you've never tried it.
correct, and I always like to try things twice.
Yeah,
Ask
especially
my
ivermectin.
exes. I'm kidding.
All right, we better close this one out. Bye. Thanks for joining us, Jen.
Thanks for letting me be on here.
Hey,
Totally
Jen,
made
where
my night.
can everybody find you?
Oh yes, that's right.
You can
Good
find
call.
me on any bathroom wall in no 867-5309. No, you can find me at our True Crime Podcast, and we're on all podcast places that you get your podcasts.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And everywhere you don't too.
Wherever.
Everywhere
Just
where
call
you
me.
didn't expect to see it.
You can call me Collect, and we'll chat it out.
Check out their OnlyFans.
Yeah. That might be
No,
next
no.
bet.
Only flans.
OnlyFans.
Flans.
You know what? There's a lot of people that pay for the foot pictures.
Hey, you never know. I've got to pay for college soon for my oldest girl, so that might be the next step.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
So make sure to behave yourself or fuck around and find out. You might find yourself on Brew Crime News.
For all of the sources of this episode of Brew Crime News, head to the Brew Crime podcast feed. This has been a production of Brew Crime.